I also feel that institutions can be a great avenue for making this history live. So, yeah, I'm going to try and find an institutional home. I'm already in conversation with some institutions for it.
If I can just follow up on that, it's such great news. I know Lisbet's collection, and it really needs to find an institution. But as she mentioned, the fact that the Beinecke acquired her papers opened the doors to possibilities for posing historical questions and doing historical work that couldn't have been done if that material hadn't been preserved and wasn't accessible in an institution where researchers can use it. The Historical Society is dear to my heart and plays a really crucial, productive role as a community-based institution. Major traditional institutions like university libraries play a different role and an equally important one. They have the resources with students, professors, major corporate grants, et cetera, to tie the collection directly to their teaching. We tie our collections of the Historical Society more directly to our community and its heart and soul. Those two things are different but equally important. And certainly my work as a dealer I don't have a shop, I don't have a website, I work directly with private clients, but mainly with institutions. And it's really been about finding ways to get our history into the institutions where it would get used. So among my recent sales, I sold a major collection of queer street art by the group Boy with Arms Akimbo, Girl with Arms Akimbo from the late 80s, early 90s. Some of you may remember it. It was a radical queer street activist network. And that went to the Centre Pompidou, the National Museum of Modern and Contemporary Art in Paris, and was in an exhibition for 6 months that just closed, covering a wall about as big as this wall. The Historical Society has the main archives of that group. Now there's a little outpost in France. Or the papers of the documentary filmmaker David Weissman, who produced We Were Here, The Coquettes, major figure in San Francisco queer cultural history. His papers, I just sold those to Princeton University.
Good.
And they're going to be using them for teaching and exhibition and so on. And I've now taken on a really marvelous collection. I don't know if Armin is still here, but I just finished the catalog of the complete studio archives, professional records and personal papers of Peter Berlin, the iconic queer. Oh, there he is. Peter is here tonight. Thank you very much for coming.
Peter, please stand up. You're like an icon here in the city. Wow, what an honor.
And I can say it is an unbelievable archive that will produce half a dozen PhDs, a dozen master's theses, a bunch of senior honors theses, with kids being quite shocked at what they're seeing, and exhibitions, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It's really a rich, incredible archive. So mainly my work has been not so much the work of my dear dealer friends who have lots of private customers come in and sell a lot of things one book at a time. Mine is putting 2 or 3 years of work on a major archival collection and then find the right home for it. And so this is my next big project.
Those are great, thorough answers. I love all of that. I don't want to ignore the back row. I saw a question back here.